Goldman Sachs is building a brand new campus in Dallas, expected to be done by 2028. And this isn't just another corporate office. It's the kind of project that quietly reshapes where money flows and how a city grows over the next decade. And here's the catch. By the time this is obvious to everyone, a lot of the opportunity will already be gone. So in this video, we're breaking down exactly what's being built, where it's happening, and what it means for real estate across all of DFW. Most importantly, how to think about it if you're planning a move here.
Okay, so we'll start with the basics. Goldman Sachs is building a new campus in downtown Dallas in what's called the NorthEnd district, right next to Victory Park. It's a roughly $500 to $700 million project that's designed to eventually house several thousand employees. The goal is to create a major hub outside of New York, which has always been their home base. And that alone tells you something. Dallas isn't just attracting companies anymore, it's becoming a primary location for them. That's the real shift.
The location matters a lot here. Victory Park and the NorthEnd area have already been changing. The American Airlines Center is right there. New residential buildings, restaurants, and entertainment are all within walking distance. So Goldman Sachs isn't building in the middle of nowhere. They're actually plugging into an area that already has strong infrastructure and lifestyle appeal. And that makes it much easier to attract talent, especially younger professionals who want to live close to where they work. It's extremely intentional on their part.
Okay, let's talk about the type of jobs this brings, because that's where the real housing impact starts. Goldman Sachs employees tend to be a high earner. Finance professionals, analysts, tech specialists. When you bring in thousands of people at that income level, they don't just rent small apartments forever. A lot of them eventually look to buy. And that buying demand starts pushing into nearby neighborhoods.
We are already seeing where that demand tends to go in Dallas. Uptown, Victory Park, and Knox-Henderson will be the most immediate beneficiaries because of how close they are and how walkable they are. But as prices go up in those areas, buyers start looking a little bit further out. East Dallas, Lakewood, parts of North Dallas. And this is, as we've said before, the ripple effect that we talk about all the time. It starts close and then spreads outward as affordability becomes a factor.
Here's what makes this really interesting from a long-term view. When a company like Goldman Sachs commits to a project like this, they're not thinking just 2 or 3 years ahead. They're thinking 10, 20, even 30 years. That kind of long-term commitment creates confidence in the surrounding area. Other companies follow. Developers build more housing, and infrastructure gets better. It becomes a growth anchor for the whole neighborhood.
We've seen this exact pattern in DFW before. Think about what happened in Plano when Toyota and JP Morgan Chase expanded there. That area went from being a solid suburb to one of the most in-demand markets in the entire Metroplex. Prices went up, retail followed, lifestyle improved. Downtown Dallas is a different kind of market, but the principle is the exact same. Jobs drive growth.
There's also the bigger picture for downtown Dallas. For years, most of the growth in DFW has been in the suburbs, especially north of the city. Projects like this are part of a push to bring more energy back into the urban core. More people working downtown naturally creates more demand for housing, restaurants, retail, and entertainment right there. It creates a momentum that just keeps building.
And that's something Dallas has been working on quite a while now, making downtown a place where people actually want to live and not just work. So when you combine the Goldman Sachs campus with ongoing residential development and infrastructure improvements, it really starts to change how people see the city. Instead of commuting in and out, more people choose to stay. And that shift has a big impact on long-term real estate.
For buyers, this is where strategy really matters. By the time a project like this is fully built out and everyone's talking about it, a lot of the nearby appreciation has already happened.
Yeah.
So the question is, where does demand go next? That's where we start looking at areas just outside the immediate impact zone where prices haven't fully caught up yet. That's usually where that opportunity will lay.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not just about location, it's about lifestyle fit too. Some buyers will want that walkable urban environment near downtown, and others would still prefer the suburban living with more space. The good news is that DFW offers both. Projects like this expand your options. But understanding how these changes affect each type of area is what really helps make the right decision for you.
So when you step back and look at this big picture, this isn't just a Goldman Sachs story. It's a signal that Dallas keeps growing as a major national business hub. Top-tier companies and high-income workers keep coming here. And that has a direct impact on real estate, from downtown all the way out to the suburbs. This is how cities evolve over time.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about moving to Dallas or investing here, this is exactly the kind of information that is worth paying attention to. Not just what's happening today, but what's being built for the future. Those long-term projects that are shaping the market and shaping DFW over the next decade or two. The earlier that you understand them, the better positioned that you are to make decisions.
If you want help figuring this out, like where to buy in Dallas based on projects like this, that's what we do every single day. Yeah. We'll walk you through the current market, where things are heading so that you can make a smart decision. Subscribe for more content like this. We've got a lot more coming on what's really driving growth in DFW. We'll see you next time.